Hey, Cody back here from Four Guys on a Couch, and we missed 1 week of this music review, so this is about to be a supersized one with music from the past 2 weeks. Let's get started right away so we can get this done. First album is Ocean by Ocean by Boxer Rebellion. This was a decent listen. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Best of the album was Weapon, and the worst was Keep Me Close. Haken had a new album called Affinity, which is a pretty good listen. A well thought out record. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked the song The Architect, but Red Giant brought it down a little more than I would have liked it to.
Ocean, I'd dive right in. If your love was the beach, I'd lay in the sand. If you were the sun.
Pepper had a new album called Ohana. If you liked their previous stuff, then it's probably more of the same. It doesn't very much, but it's still pretty decent. I gave it a 7 out of 10. The best was Wait, and the worst was Around. 6 AM had a new album, and I've been a fan of their previous work, but this was a mix. There was some mediocre stuff and some pretty good stuff. I really liked When We Were Gods, but Everything Went to Hell showcased some of the worst sides of the album.
Tight skirts and baggy trousers, green men in cheap disguises, high hopes and high rises.
Travis had a new album called Everything at Once. The best track off of this was Idlewild, the worst was Animals, and overall came to a 6 out of 10. Rob Zombie had a new album. The title of that was The Electric Warlock Acid Witch Satanic Orgy Celebration Dispenser. Which was the best part about the album was that title. This is not a very good album. I mean, for diehard zombie fans, it's alright. I picked it up because I enjoyed his previous stuff, but on a musical standpoint, the album was nothing special whatsoever. The best off of it was Get Your Boots On, That's the End of Rock and Roll, and the worst was In the Age of the Consecrated Vampire, We All Get High.
Dumb diggy, bump biggie, to the landlady holler, get a haircut, hippie, the deaf.
Aesop Rock had a new album called Impossible Kid. Not one that I've previously listened to before, and I did not enjoy it very much. I did not think it was that well put together. Some songs were great and some were kind of bad. This got a 5 out of 10. The best was Tough, and the worst was Kirby.
That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time, but I go higher.
Drake's new album, Views, did incredibly well. This was a well put together hip hop album, and if you've enjoyed anything that he's previously done, definitely give this a listen. Got an 8 out of 10. The best was One Dance, and the worst was Controlla.
We don't have to talk, we don't have to dance, we don't have to smile, we don't have to make friends.
Mandy Black started with solo work, and I think he's trying to do too many things at once. This album is all over the place. It's not very consistent whatsoever. I don't recommend you listen to this. It's a 4 out of 10. We Don't Have to Dance was a pretty good song off this though. But Homecoming King, which opens up the album, was so bad.
Daddy, Daddy.
And Noni, if I'm pronouncing that right, had a new album called Hopelessness. This was a pretty interesting listen if you haven't heard any of their stuff before. I give it a 6 out of 10. Best was Watch Me, but also give a listen to Drone Bomb. And the worst was Violent Men. Band Beverly released a new record called The Blue Swell. This started out a little odd, but got better as it went on. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in total. The best was Victoria, and the worst was South Collins.
Why does the sun go on shining?
Cyndi Lauper, yes, you heard that right, had a new album called Detour. The 80s pop star has now released a country album. and it's not good. I can tell you that now. It's a 4 out of 10. The best, some Follow fans may recognize, The End of the World. Interesting take on this song, but the worst was I Want to Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart.
America, America, now I'm coming Africa. My death is money. Who's bad? It's bad. Who's with shit?
Death Grips had a new album called Bottomless Pit, and I will definitely say that this did live up to their previous stuff. If you're a fan of the Death Grips, 100% give this a listen. I give it a 7 out of 10. The best was Ring a Bell, but BB Poison seemed a little strange and not that great. James Blake had a new album called The Color in Anything, and oh my god was it disappointing. I don't know if you've enjoyed any of his previous stuff, but either way, I don't think you'll like this. This ended up getting a 4 out of 10. The best was Love Me in Whatever Way, and the worst was Points. JeanMichel Jarre had a new album called Electronica 2, The Heart of Noise, which was again all over the place. There's a lot of inconsistent stuff coming out. Some parts of it were quite good, but a lot of it was kind of mediocre, or not that good. The best song off of this was Brick England, and the worst was Switch on Leon. Jmsn had a new album called It Is. This was a pretty decent record. I haven't heard anything from this artist before. It's a 6 out of 10. The best was Hypnotized, and the worst was It Is. Juliette Barwick had a new album called Will. This is a really strange listen. I don't know if I just didn't get the point, but I ended up giving this a 4 out of 10. The best was Some Way, and the worst was Whist. This next album I was not looking forward to, and I did not have high hopes for, was Keith Urban's Ripcord, which caught me a little by surprise. I'm not saying this is the best album I've heard, especially even in this genre, but it's pretty good. It's a 7 out of 10. If you're a big fan of his work or country music in general, pick it up. Sun Don't Let Me Down was a surprisingly great song, one of the best I've heard from this artist. But also one of the worst songs I've heard this year was John Cougar, John Deere, John 3:16.
I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool.
Holy crap, not expecting this. I didn't expect anything from this artist, to either see more music from him or anything good. Follow up to his last record, Mike Posner, At Night Alone. This was a great, depressing album in certain ways. Well put together in my opinion. I got this a 9 out of 10. Really great album. Took a Pill in Ibiza was an incredible track which really hooks you in, but the worst was Thank You. Vector had a new album if you're a big fan of some metal, for Terminal Redux, a 6 out of 10. The best was Pillars of Sand, and the worst was Ultimate Artificer or something. Fucked it up. Don't care. Let's hear what the best song these past 2 weeks was.
That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time, but I go higher.
I'm gonna do 2 here because the 2 weeks. Last week's was Drake's One Dance.
I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool.
This last week's was Mike Posner's I Took a Pill in Ibiza. Thanks for watching this music reviews for this past 2 weeks, extra large episode. We'll hopefully catch you next week, so we won't have to do extra large as one all the time.